Guess we're live on YouTube now, it says so. Little glitch there. Make sure we're actual live. We're having some problems, so hang with us here. Gonna break down the formula on how to actually close off optimized keywords from the prospect. It's allowed us to set hundreds and thousands of appointments over 10 years in real estate. We're supposed to be streaming this in our private Facebook group, Top Agent Experts. So let me see if I can just copy this and send that to them over there. And maybe you can chime in as we get going. Let them know we had to go live on YouTube instead of our private group. So
YouTube.
Yes, sir. All right. We'll give them a few minutes to get synced in over here. What's going on in the world today? So we got Sean with us here. Sean is one of our ISAs. So how long you been rocking with us now, Sean?
About 90 days or so, about 3 months.
Yeah, I love it. So,
Yes, sir. Happy to be here.
yep. Make sure this posted in Top Agent Experts. What's up, guys? What's going on in the world today? I know some of you guys might just be cycling in over here because couldn't go live in that group. So we just went live on YouTube instead. So what I want to get into is closing. Closing is definitely not a nasty word. It's definitely not a bad thing, especially if you're a top producer. You're going to have to be able to make an offer, ask for a sell, get them to take actions towards their own needs, wants, and desires, right? We're not in the order taking business, especially when we're dealing with internet leads and really positioning ourselves and demonstrating leadership over the phone and internet. I hear a lot of people say, well, I'm better face to face. And it's like, no, you just are really horrible over the phone, and being able to actively listen to be able to extract keywords to be able to make an offer. Okay, so what I'm going to get into is a very simple formula that I use in insurance. I learned this back when I was like 22 years old from a copywriting buddy. I was, hammering through at 21, 22 years old, trying to sell supplemental insurance, with Aflac. If you guys have ever heard about the duck, right? Quack, quack, right? You guys heard about the Aflac duck, right? And I was calling business to business to try to sell them insurance, and open enrollment was typically like once a year. And it was like, it was tougher in real estate, put it that way. Right. I had some call center experience with local and long distance from MCI. And so I was scrubbing data at the library. You can't access this data any longer. The government shut down the access to it. And I was targeting businesses through a 3-state area. Right. And I ended up getting into heavy with script writing and started paying a lot of different money for different programs. And there's one guy out of Arizona. His name is Terry Duff. I ended up, he's a multi-million dollar copywriting guy. And I went through his copywriting course, and he actually, kind of took me under his wing. I was probably one of the younger people, obviously, in the course that was doing well and could afford his programs. And so he started to teach me how to write intros. He started to teach me structure of calls and really how to piece it together. And then one of the things the one thing that I'm going to teach you today that we're going to talk about is a closing formula. All right. Now, when I started to actually get into doors of selling real estate or selling insurance, people were like, how did you get through my gatekeeper? How did you even get in front of me? Because people aren't going to let some 21, 22, 23, 24-year-old kid at the time manage their whole portfolio with 40, 50 employees, right? And so there are a lot of people like, you're not going to be in business. I don't even know how you got in here, kicking me on the street, right? So I quickly learned how to leverage the veterans and start building the team model in insurance, because I could get through the door through what my copywriting mentor was teaching me, right? And so then I would bring the veterans in to pitch until I learned how to pitch, and I had, the life experience and the skill set and all that stuff. And then we would split up the revenue from selling insurance until the market crashed 08, 09. I did that for 5 years, struggled my first year until I learned basically some of the things that I'm going to teach you, how to get appointments, how to get in front of people, right? Get in front of the right person with the right offer, and you'll crush it. Right now, we're all looking for listings, right? And so I'm going to share my screen with you here in a few minutes, and I'm going to give you a simple formula. Because a lot of you guys aren't, you take notes when you're on the phone, you're writing a bunch of stuff down, and then you're taking it and you're uploading it in your CRM with the follow up. But what do you do with the information that you wrote down, right? Most people don't know how to formulate it into a sentence or to an offer to get them to actually take action on your offer, right? So you have been signed out. Let me see if I can share my screen here. So what we're going to hop into is a closing formula. And I told you guys, if you guys are part of Top Agent Experts, I said, this is going to be a simple formula. All right. Now, I've been mastering this. I'm, 39 years old, did insurance for, 5 or 6 years, and I've been in real estate. This is my 10th year. A lot of you guys know I've built big call centers. We had a ISA training program where we've trained hundreds, if not thousands of ISAs. We were generating hundreds of pre-approved buyers and listing appointments for, 6 offices up and down the Midwest. Right now I have a team of about 1,600 agents, 30 markets in the United States, closing houses, and Canada, Ontario, have a team up there, and about 100 agents in the network in that market as well. And then, we're closing houses in Mexico and India. So I guess 4 countries right now. And when I'm looking at, training our agents and our ISAs, we're not order takers, right? We really have to get in front of people, and we really have to get them to take actions, to resolve their pain points, enhance their pleasure points, maybe remove any of their constraints, right? Help them overcome any hurdles. So we're going to get into the bottom of the conversation, not so much the top of the conversation. Like I just told you, there's usually three pieces to scripting, and we really don't believe in scripting. It's more like word track structure of calls, and even in the middle of the structure of the call, there's like 5 or 6 different points how we just throw it in a blender and mix it up. But I'm not going to get into that today. If you want more information on that, hit me up, or we'll probably be training on that at a different time. What I really want to get into is, after you've been listening to the prospect, communicating with the prospect, and you're writing keywords down, right? You know what they want to accomplish. You're trying to figure out, or maybe you figured out their motivation, their time frame, what they're trying to accomplish, right? Maybe they're trying to overcome credit issues, inventory issues right now, right? Whatever it may be. I'm gonna relocation. All right. I'm going to show you how to use this formula, and I want us to be able to use it ethically. Because one of the things that I specialize in is working with agents just like yourself that are streaming on YouTube with me. Anyways, if I could show you guys how to set more qualified appointments week in and week out without fail, that's definitely going to help you make more money, net more money. Would that be worth a few minutes of your time to hang out with me today and see how this could work for you, work for your teammates, and definitely work for your family if you're bringing more money home? Do you guys see how I just use that formula in a very optimal way with you guys right here as my audience? Right, Sean?
Yes, sir.
You see how I just kind of naturally leaned into that? So one of the things that I specialize in is working with veterans just like yourself. Anyways, if I could show you how to get your certificate ordered in a hassle-free manner, make sure this is a smooth process with no down payment, would that be worth a few minutes of your time to see how this could work for you? All right. So if I was talking to a veteran, and, obviously Sean and I are going to do some role playing, so we can use it in some real life examples, because when you go to Google, right, and I'm going to show you how to fill in the blanks here in a little bit. When you go to Google and you type in keywords that you're looking for, what typically pops up, Sean?
The most searched topics or the most searched options.
Well, yeah, but not just search options, but you see that keyword and sentences and headlines.
Yes.
Right? So whatever natural language that they're using back to you, you want to echo that back in the form of this formula, because they're going to resonate with that. Like, this is not your your dad's coaching company, or you're just reading from a script and it's just very canned and uncomfortable, right? That's why so many people don't like closing, or it's a negative to them, or it's uncomfortable, because it's uncomfortable for the client and it's uncomfortable for them. But this is very smooth when it's optimized and it's done right. Okay. One of the things that I specialize in is working with sellers in the Maze area here in Wichita, Kansas. Anyways, if I could show you how to get your home sold for maximum value and to create a frenzy in this crazy market that we're in, would that be worth a few minutes of your time to see how our worry-free listing program could work for you? Right? So something along those lines. Obviously with a team of 1,600 agents, we added 150 agents in the last 30 days. I'm working with a lot of people on how to explode and grow their team, and so if I'm trying to get in front of people, hey, one of the things that I specialize in is helping team leaders just like yourself scale your traditional business into a global modern team. Anyways, if I could show you how to do that with our technology and make sure you don't have any overhead tied to it, or liability or management, in a hassle-free manner, would that be worth a few minutes of your time to see how this could impact you and your team's life? Something like that. You see where I'm going? So you could really use this formula for anything, right? Like, I'm using it in a very generic way. Like, for example, before we get into some role playing, I'll just throw out like first-time home buyers, even though I wouldn't want to work with a first-time home buyer right now with inventory. Like, we need to be gearing all this towards sellers. But, one of the things that I specialize in is working with first-time home buyers, Sean, just like yourself.
Okay. Awesome.
Anyways, if I could show you how to get this transaction done with our Home Buyer Advantage program, that's stacked with about 10 benefits in there, would that be worth a few minutes of your time to see how, we could get this done? And if they give me a little bit of hassle, if you absolutely don't love your house within the first 6 months, we'll turn around and sell it for free on the listing side. Now, that's definitely fair enough, right? So just something like that, value stacking and positioning your unique value propositions. But when you really look at this formula, guys, hopefully you guys can see my screen on YouTube. Like, this is the first time I think I've streamed on YouTube, because we should have been in Top Agent Experts. All right. So when I start role playing with Sean, I'm actually going to give you what you need to be filling in the blank, because I want you guys to actually, when I'm going through this process, I want you to follow along with me. All right. So in that first, one of the things that I specialize in is, and then you see where we've just drawn a long line. This is where you're going to fill in, what is their pain? All right. We're going to specialize in resolving that. What are they trying to accomplish? That's what we're going to specialize in, is helping them accomplish that. What kind of constraints, timelines, frustrations, information that they do not have yet to make an educated decision yet, right? Maybe we're just a relayer, a conduit to be able to get more information to make an educated decision, right? Right. So we're resolving pain, enhancing pleasure points, helping match timelines, deadlines. All right. And that first line. Anyways, if I could show you how to, now this is where you have to really get creative, and being able to articulate yourself well, comes into fruition. All right. So this is going to be the net experience that they are going to gain if they like you, trust you, and take you up on your offer. Right. Anyways, one of the things I specialize in is helping agents set more appointments. Right. If I could show you how to net more money by setting more appointments, would that be worth a few minutes of your time to see how this could work for you? Right. The net experience that people want to do is make more money, right? We all need more qualified appointments. We all need this and that. But what's the net thing that we're looking for? Commission dollars, closings, ISA makes bonuses, or 5% overrides, or something like that, right? So the last part is, what are they going to gain? And what are they going to experience? Or what are they going to feel or get by working with you or taking you up on your offer, right? If I could show you how to, and this is, just imagine, this is what you're going to get if you take action towards what I specialize in. And using their natural language, like you're going to hear me use Sean's natural language here in a few minutes, It's hard for them to say no unless you're disingenuous, you're not authentic, they don't trust you, because how can they not open up and tell you what they're trying to accomplish? Their frame is what, what's going on in their life, right? We're buying or selling. And then if we turn around and optimize their natural language, like Google, like you go to Google and you put the keyword in, if you didn't see your keyword anywhere that you searched on this, platform on, you would probably go to a different search engine, right? And so if we do not optimize their keywords and echo them back to them in this formula, they're not going to connect with it, right? It's kind of like matching and mirroring in a way, just in a closing manner with the actual formula. And
Definitely.
right. So you know how many agents and ISAs I've been around, I just watch them take notes, and they don't make any offer at the end of the call. They don't. They're like, oh, okay, we'll follow back up with you in 3 months, or 6 months, or whatever. And then they upload everything into the CRM, and then they put a task to do, and then they follow back up with them in 6 months, and they're like, I already bought and sold, because somebody had already enhanced that pleasure point or resolved that pain, and we made them an offer to, right? And got them to take action to be able to do that. And if you are going to follow up with them, if you feel like, because, when we are prospecting, I go off quad tracks and quad scripting. So definitely customizing home hunter alerts, starting the process to be able to start many pre-approval attempts, or letting them know what their credit score is, or debt to income ratio is, or actually, a listing appointment or a buyer appointment. That's it, right? So sometimes you do need to customize a home hunter alert, but you have to understand prospects are always exaggerating on time. They're lying. It's not like they want to lie to you, but it's just, when's the last time you were fully honest with some salesperson that just called you for the first time? You were guarded, right? So cut that time in half and then follow up with them, and you'll find that, hey, well, I'm actually looking right now, or actually my situation changed, right? And then maybe you make a new offer off of that time frame. If they tell you 3 months, month and a half follow up, even if you're not going to make an offer. Tell you 6 months, follow up in 3 months. And we always found that we would win in that manner. All right. So let's try to do a little bit of role playing here. And if you guys don't know, we actually use a structure called LP Mama. All right. So we're going to hit you with our intro, and then we're going to go through LP Mama. And then what we're going to focus on, I want to kind of move through intro. And I know some of these calls will be a lot longer in real life time, but we've all heard a million of them. But the thing is being able to close, to be able to get in front of people, is a different story. So this is the most important part, because our ISAs can extract a social security number, start a pre-approval attempt within 4 to 7 minutes from a cold call. All right. That's how we'll move through stuff and what we've been able to do in the past. All right. Ring, ring.
Hello?
Sean.
Yeah, who's this?
Hey, Adam Bailey over here at the Boulevard Group. Real quick, just wanted to give you a personal call. I see you registered on our site, and I just wanted to call and say thank you for that.
Yeah, I just kind of wanted to look around a little bit.
Yeah, I see here you looked at a couple of homes. So I didn't know if I could answer any questions you may have, or if I could just really understand your home buying situation.
Well, I mean, honestly, we're not really seriously looking yet. I mean, we're probably still about a year out, but I just kind of wanted to see what was out there, honestly.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, I mean, most people that create an account with us, because this is more than a website, we're a resource center, and I work here in our client care department. So you're right where you need to be. Said you're about a year out. What needs to happen between now and a year?
Well, we're working on a little bit of credit stuff. We're not super sure. We aren't really sure what price range we're looking for, or what area yet. We're kind of waiting for my husband to get a job. We're kind of waiting to see where that happens, so we know where we're moving to. So It'll be close to Wichita, though.
Okay. So do you currently own a home, or?
Well, so we actually are renting a house right now, but we also have a condo that we just sold in New Mexico a couple months ago. So we've got a little bit of money from that for a down payment.
Okay. And the condo did sell?
Yeah, it did. It was actually handed down to me by my parents, but we just can't really afford to own it. So.
All right, awesome. So, help me understand. So, where are you guys currently located at?
Right now, we're in an apartment in Derby.
Okay, Derby. So you're actually just 20 minutes from Wichita.
Yeah, we're pretty close right now. His job's either going to end up being in Newton or in El Dorado.
Mhm.
We aren't sure yet. He actually works on oil refineries, so we're just waiting to see who hires him.
Okay. Like, is he on contract work, or help me understand who's going to be on the loan? Would it be him or you or both of you guys? Help me understand that.
So it would probably be both of us. I mean, he works overnight 12s most of the time. I'm an elementary school teacher.
Mhm.
We don't have any kids, so it'd be both of our incomes out there.
Okay. Now you mentioned some credit issues. Do you guys currently know your credit score?
We don't know them. They used to not be very good, but I think it's been long enough now here in the last couple of years. We've been really on top of things. We had bought a car about 3 years ago and we haven't missed a payment on it. So I think we're probably in good shape now, but we didn't used to be.
Okay. One of the things that we specialize in is, letting people know their credit score and debt to income ratio for free. By, it's part of, creating an account with our resource center. I don't know how long, until he gets this job or whatever, but anyways, if I could show you guys a path to home ownership, when he does get his job, let you guys know what you do or don't need to do with your credit score, would that be worth a few minutes of your time to be able to discover that stuff?
I mean, yeah, would that be a hit on my credit though to look into it?
That's a great question for our co-marketing partner. His name is David. He'll be able to go over all of that stuff with you. I do know that one of the things that he also specializes in is being able to boost people's credit score. So I don't think he's going to hurt your score. If anything, what we're going to do is help nurture and help you. Is that fair enough?
Yeah, no, that'd be nice.
Okay. I just need to get a little bit of information from you, and then he'll be able to give you a call in like 5 minutes, and then we
Okay.
can at least start this journey together. All right.
Okay.
So you see how you kind of threw a bunch of trash at me.
I was doing that on purpose. Yeah.
Right. No, but it's good. But still, like, I don't care if you got low credit score, if you're working on an oil refinery, those are higher paying jobs, and so maybe, contract work, whatever, school teacher, you paid your car payment. I'm gonna at least get you on the funnel so my co-marketing partner can nurture you, right? Or whatever. Because once he gets you up or you get your job or boost your credit score up, he'll flip his back. It could be a year and a half or whatever. But I want to feed his funnel as well. I would call that, like a D lead or whatever, right? Versus like the A stuff or the B and C stuff that we're looking to nurture. So, all right.
Okay.
But you see how I got the keywords, the pain points, and then put it into that formula with an offer?
Yeah, definitely. I wasn't really sure exactly how you were going to turn around the credit question, but that was pretty good. I had never actually thought to do it like that before. I might have to do something because I was like, well, it's a soft pull, so it's not a hard pull on your credit. But really, I'd like to have you talk to so and so, blah 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 blah.
Right.
But you had it structured a lot better than what I usually do.
Never say no, never say no to a prospect. Get in alignment with them, even if somebody's, been frustrated with another agent or maybe another lender ding their credit. Oh man, look, I apologize on behalf of the industry. No, we're not looking to hurt you. Like, this offer is to be able to help you. So when you brought up the ding, I had to empathize and turn it around and say, no, we're looking to boost it. I actually, one of the things that David specializes in, being able to get people in a position to boost their credit score so they can, be in a position of purchasing, right? So I turned what you were trying to turn into a negative into a positive and made you feel okay with it.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, I was like, man, he's gonna give me a bunch of trash to work with, but then hopefully you guys understand, I'm gonna feed my co-marketing's funnel and we'll go from there. It could end up being way worse, and then maybe I wouldn't even process the mini app, but making a read on oil refinery and understand them are high paying, at least here in the Midwest, positions, and typically could be contract work, school teacher. So I was also picking up on red flags, whether I'm going to scrub this and feed the top of the funnel for long-term nurturing for my lender or not, because not everything needs to go to nurture for your lender long-term, right? Or you'll just burn them out. So, all right, cool. Hopefully we're still streaming. What's up, guys? Like, let's go through some more of these. All right.
Let's do it. I'll change it up every time too. So
yeah.
I don't know why I took the role of the wife there, but I mean, there we go. There we go.
Yeah. The role of the wife.
Yeah.
All right. So cool. We'll keep running through. So if you guys I've been practicing this formula since I was 22 years old, right? And it looks simple on paper, but when you're dancing with somebody, it's like, okay, how do I mix and match them here? How do I optimize it? And then what is, the offer going to look like, and do it in real life time and sound authentic, doing it, right? So ring ring,
Hello?
Sean.
Yeah. Hi, who's this?
Hey, this is Adam Bailey over here at the Boulevard Group. Real quick, I just personally wanted to give you a call and say thank you. I've seen that you had registered on our site. Didn't know if you had any questions that you may have, or if I could just really understand your home buying situation.
Well, I don't live in the area. I live out of state right now, and
Mhm.
I'm about to move to Kansas to be closer to my wife's family. And we're just kind of looking around right now to see what type of area we want to live in. So we're not really sure where we're going to go yet, but it'll be close to Wichita.
Awesome. What state are you currently in?
We're in Texas right now.
Texas. I love Texas.
I do too. Just the houses out here. I mean, we'd like to buy a house out here. They're just so expensive right now, and we can just get a lot more for our money up there, it seems like. And that's where our family is. So,
All right. What part of Texas?
we're down in a Flower Mound out toward Houston.
It's one of my favorite areas. We actually have some agents out there, some expert agents that are in our network out there. How long have you lived out there?
We've been out here for the last 8 or 9 years. I moved out here after I got a job down here.
Okay. Have you been talking to any other listing agents out in that area, or am I the first agent that you've spoke with?
We had talked with somebody just that my wife knows through work, but we hadn't really done anything yet. We wanted to figure out where we wanted to go. We know that we're going to be able to get a lot for our house, so that we're not really worried about that so much.
Right.
It's a really nice place, but
Yeah, like what's your definition of a lot? I mean, help me understand.
Right now we're in a 5-bedroom, 3-bath house down here. 8 or 9 years ago, we paid about $300,000 for it.
Mhm.
I mean, I'm kind of thinking it'll probably get close to 400 now, just with how stuff's been going.
Yeah.
So I think we'll have plenty to work with.
Yeah. Awesome. So yeah, if you had a magic wand, how soon would you like to be able to get that home sold and relocate to Kansas?
I'm less concerned with how fast it'll take to sell. More so is as soon as I find a house up there. I mean, we'll probably be putting in an offer. I don't think that we actually have to sell our house first.
Mhm.
So I don't think it'll matter what order. We've got a lot of savings already built up, and we got a lot of investments. So probably, honestly, within the next couple of months, as soon as we find the right one, we'll probably pull the trigger.
Okay, cool. One of the things I could do is customize the site to fit your specific need, price range, if you kind of like been learning the area of towns. I don't know if you've visited yet, or, what type of amenities that you would like in a home, but
Yeah.
I can set all that up for you right now. So when the new homes hit the market, not just our listings, but every single listing with every company will be sent to you in real life time, because I'd hate for you to miss a deal. Now, help me understand like what size home you're looking for down in this area.
We need about square footage isn't super important, but we do need that 5 bedrooms that we have down here. We have 3 kids, 2 of them are teenagers, so they kind of need their own rooms.
Okay.
Otherwise they'll kill each other. So at least 5 bedrooms, maybe 6, at least 3 bathrooms, probably 3 is my minimum. And not a whole lot other than that. It'd be really nice to be on the water somewhere. It doesn't have to be, but it'd be nice.
Okay. So how long have you been looking in the Wichita area?
We haven't really been looking for super long, just probably this last probably 2 months since we decided we wanted to move up.
Mhm.
It's just kind of whenever we want to. I can transfer up with my job really easily. So
Okay. Now what else are you looking for in a home? Do you need a fenced yard? Do you have a dog? Like what other amenities?
actually, yeah, I'm glad we actually have 2 dogs. We got 2 German Shepherds. So yeah, a fenced yard would be great. We're willing to build one if we have to, but it's already there. Then perfect. I mean, obviously a pool would be nice. We don't need one. And finished basement would be awesome as well. But
So insert, I'm going through setting up the home hunter alerts with this guy, building rapport, blah, blah, blah. We're gonna get to the end of this. All right. So how often would you like to see these emails? Daily, weekly, probably no later than bi-weekly, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, as far as I can tell, stuff's selling really, really quickly. So don't I almost have to see them daily? I mean,
Right. Yeah, I didn't want to inundate you with information.
okay.
Timeout. You always want to give them an opportunity to tell you how to communicate with them. If they opt out of your emails because they're not relevant or they're too frequent, then if you can't get in their inbox, it's over. So always ask them. Don't assume of
Mhm.
how, weekly, daily, weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, whatever, and they will tell you how to communicate. And then at the end, you can let them know they can govern that and change that at any time. That's important because at least on the buying side, if this is the way you're going to go on the, making it a buyer conversation, buyers don't shop for buyer agents, they shop for homes, right? So getting in their inbox is perfect. So we set up the e-alert. We're getting through that, blah, blah, blah. Okay. When's the last time you've actually been to Wichita, Sean?
I was there 8 months ago.
All right, perfect. Like, did you get out and look at houses?
I mean, we drove around a little bit in a couple of different cities just to see kind of what areas we liked. We don't really want to be in Wichita, but something within maybe 20 or 30 minutes, probably close to the airport, honestly. I'm actually a pilot. So maybe something out toward like Goddard or even like Hayesville or something closer to the airport would be nice. So,
Okay, awesome. One of the things that we specialize in is helping people relocate, to the Wichita area, just like yourself all the time. Anyways, if I could show you around the city, possibly pick you up from the airport and actually get you into some interior of the homes instead of just driving around them, would that be worth, a half a day or whatever next time you come into town for you and your wife?
yeah, I mean, that'd be really nice. I actually, I have a 2 day layover there for work on Wednesday. I'm going to be in Wichita anyway, and I'll have to kill some time.
Okay. All right. So you just how I took whatever you threw at me, right? And I had to customize the home hunter alerts, make sure you're getting relevant emails and then figuring out timelines, what you're trying to accomplish. Obviously, the money situation with you listing your house is easy. When you
Mhm.
get into town, I didn't push. If you needed to sell before you bought, what I would have done is talked
Mhm.
about one of the things that we specialize in our network is our referral partners. And we have agents that specialize in the Flower Mound area.
Mhm.
Anyways, if we could show you how to get your home sold with our rocket listing program or a worry free listing program, would you be willing to meet one of our agents to see how this process could work with you, and then also relocating with the same team, right? But
Mhm.
then you said money wasn't an issue, and so
Mhm.
then when you fly to town and we start getting out looking, and I get buyer agency with you, then I'll end up picking up the listing with one of our referral partners down in Flower Mound. And actually we do have referral in Flower Mound.
I don't know why I came up with that city, but
We actually do. Like, I've been in that city, in that hotel, like down there training before. So I like it. I like that area. All right. So are, I don't know. Normally, if we were streaming, we could be taking comments and a bunch of other stuff, but like we had to go live on Facebook instead. So if you guys got any questions, we'll take some. But hopefully, you guys are understanding how this formula works. Like, it seems very simple, but being able to extract the information out of them and not just um, write it down, upload it in your CRM, and say, "Okay, we'll follow up with you. Let me know if you see anything when you're coming into town." But make offers to people and let them know. Like, one of the things I specializes in is working with people just like yourself, but make sure that you can work with these people, right? And then anyways, if I could show you how to, and then articulate the net experience and what they were trying to gain out of that,
Mhm.
would that be worth a few minutes of your time? It is that simple. When I said it is simple, guys, it is that simple. So hopefully I gave you guys a couple of examples today, kind of walking you through some, and then just role playing cold with Sean, and he gave me a bunch of trash to work with, quite frankly, right? But when you use it right, you can get appointments. When I hired Sean, I'll give you guys one quick story. When I hired Sean, I'm not in the same office with him or whatever. Like, he's just rocking, doing his own thing, and we kind of work on Zooms, and then Mark, our director of coaching, is right next to him as well. And we're on Boomtown as the site we use, and I said we need to call this person and we can set a listing appointment. I picked up the phone, I called him, and what happened, Sean?
They didn't answer.
Yeah, right.
No, they answered, and Adam called one person and got a listing appointment out of them. And I mean, I don't know if the lady was about to bring up lunch or something. I mean, something crazy out of nowhere.
Almost, it was going to bring me lunch. She was, I mean, so if you follow a formula and you're talking to the right prospect and you get the right message in front of them, they will take action on you. And Mark was like, this is unbelievable. And everybody's like, whatever, but it's true. Right audience, right message, right movement. It works. All right, guys, use this formula. I'll probably upload this document into Top Agent Experts. If you got any other questions or want some other training on it, I've been training on this stuff for years. So you're not going to master it in this 15, 20-minute call, however long it was, but start now, hang this thing up. Like for years, I had this hung up and blew up and I was like writing it and I was like practicing it. And so anyways, just do it, make it a great day. And I'll catch you guys on the other side later.